This is the 411, your host, Matt Mike.
Hey Sport Junkie fans, thank you for tuning in to another edition of the 411. I'm your host, Matt Micah. Today, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, we'll be talking about the four major conference championship games, starting off tonight with the ACC Championship Game between Georgia Tech and the reigning national champions, the Florida State Seminoles. Florida State had their playoff hopes on the line. They got bumped down to the fourth, and this is going to be a tough game for the Seminoles, an extremely tough game. They cannot have drawn a worse opponent against Georgia Tech, because Georgia Tech, they're mean, they're a bunch of bullies, and they spread you out with that option attack, and they have had two huge wins against rival Georgia and Clemson to get into this position right now to play Florida State. Florida State, they every single game, they're down, they're up, they're down, they're up, and Jameis Winston, he has a terrible first half, and then comes back and somehow gets a W on the board for Florida State, so they have to play, and they have to be focused for four quarters, because if not, Georgia Tech could win this game very easily. They spread you out with that option attack, and they are 10th in the nation with winning the turnover battle. Florida State, they're 94th. Jameis Winston, he came off a game against Florida with 4 interceptions. Just a complete debacle performance by Jameis Winston. Even though they won that game, a very terrible performance by Jameis Winston, throwing 4 interceptions. So watch out for the Seminoles, maybe to get upset. Now here's the thing that's going to be very crucial. Watch Florida State win this game, and watch them get knocked off the 14 playoff. They say they struggle, and they struggle in the first half, and they come back just like they always do every single game this year so far. And watch another reoccurrence like that in the ACC Championship game. Watch that happen, and watch Florida State get bumped off. Watch the committee knock them off the top 4 list. Even though they're undefeated, they've dug themselves in a hole the entire season. You can't keep on coming back every single game because a championship team is not that way. They dominate for 4 quarters. You could see Baylor or Ohio State or TCU to get bumped up a couple notches because of Florida State's performance. So watch like Alabama and then Oregon and then TCU, then Baylor and Ohio State battle in for the 3rd and 4th slots because of Florida State's just unimpressive performance throughout the entire year, even though they are undefeated. Now, getting back to the ACC Championship game, what Florida State needs to do, they have to dominate the entire game. They have to come out swinging. They have to be focused, because those boys for the Yellow Jackets, they can play some football, and their record proves that right now. For what Georgia Tech needs to do, they have to win the turnover battle, and what their key needs to do is play 4 quarter as well, because every single time a team gets on Florida State in the first half, they get on them, you think that you can't be complacent and step back and settle down, because they are the defending national champions, and Jameis Winston is the best clutch performer in the country. Even though he has terrible first halves, he comes back and wins ball games in the second half. That's where they get you. They pound you out, and they just grind you out for all 4 quarters until the 4th quarter. You can't help it. So what Georgia Tech needs to do, they have to play 4 quarters of Georgia Tech football, running that option, and get Florida State on their heels, get them on their, you just keep on mixing up play calls, and in the second half, they have to capitalize on turnovers. They have to capitalize on Florida State mistakes if they're going to win this game. I'm Matt Mike on the 411. Catch you tomorrow. We're talking about the Pac-12 championship game.